کی مورت ہی نہ پڑتی، دل میں اگر ابلیس کی مورت ہی نہ پڑتی، ذہنوں میں مودت کی قدورت ہی نہ پڑتی، کرتے اگر سبھی انسان پیار علی سے، دوزخ کو بنانے کی ضرورت ہی نہ پڑتی۔
ایک بار پھر سوال پڑھ دیں۔ پروردگار عالم ہمارے وجود کو نور مقدس سے حضرت زہرا سے منور فرمائے۔ بار دیگر صلوات پڑھ دی محمد و علی پروردگار عالم ہماری گناہگار آنکھوں کو زیارت امام زمان کے قابل بنائے۔ ایک بار پھر صلوات پڑھ دی محمد و علی پھر اس دعا کے ساتھ کہ رب ذوالجلال ہمیں خضوع و خشوع و خلوص اور طہارت ظاہری اور باطنی سے بھرپور ایک ایسی محفل برگزار کرنے کی توفیق عنایت فرمائے جہاں پہ حضرت زہرا تشریف لاتی ہیں۔ ایک بار پھر صلوات پڑھ دیں محمد و علی۔ لا حول ولا قوة الا باللہ العلی العظیم۔ بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم۔ الحمد للہ رب العالمین، والصلاة والسلام علی اشرف الانبیاء والمرسلین، حبیب الہ العالمین، نبینا وشفیعنا وطبیب قلوبنا، ابی القاسم محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المظلومين، واللعنة دائمة على أعدائهم أعداء الدين۔ أما بعد فقد قال الله تعالى في كلامه المجيد: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، إن الدين عند الله الإسلام۔ صلوات محمد وعلى محمد۔ Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Holy Book of Quran, the deen acceptable to Allah is only Islam. What is deen? When we say that we are following the deen of Islam, what does it mean? And what does it require from us when we say that the deen acceptable to Allah is only Islam? What is Islam? Usually in our life, everybody has to fill sometimes a column of religion. What religion we follow. Some people write down Christianity, Christian, Jews, Hindus, Sikh. So we also need to have something to write down in that column, and fill that column. We write down Islam. That writing down of Islam as a religion, like other religions, is a different thing. But in reality, what Allah means, Islam, deen, means the way of life. It should overcome our attitude, our behavior, our movements, our likings, our dislikings. Everything should be overtaken by Islam. And Islam tells us how to lead a life. We can't lead a life of Islam just by coming for Friday prayers or just for coming for 10 days for Muharram, and we say that we have fulfilled the duties of Islam. And to reach that point of Islam, a very important factor is that we should understand what is Islam. And the journey of Islam. Islam, as I said yesterday, is a journey. It's a movement. It is something where we have to go through. Not just acquired from our parents because we are born in a Muslim family, so we call ourselves a Muslim. No, not that. It's not what is required by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's seeing the signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala within us, around us, and we come to a conclusion that there is a creator. The first important sign is that to see if there is a creator or there is no creator. If there is no creator, then eat, drink, and enjoy life, because only you live once, you know. Life is once. So why not enjoy? But if there is a creator, then the life pattern should be different. Then we have to see, did he create us without a reason, or he created us with a reason? We have to look for that reason for which he has created us. And once we come to the conclusion that he has created us with a reason, then our value depends that how much we are fulfilling that need and requirement for which we have been created. It is a very important thing. And as I said yesterday, the missing link in our life is a belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You know, we believe in Allah because our parents told us that Allah is too big. He is powerful. He is great. So He's great, He's powerful, He's big. That's why I'm scared of Him and I believe in Allah. No, Allah is nothing to be scared of. He is the one who has to be loved, who has to be adored. We do against His orders. He will then give us a chance. Not even our mother will give us so much chances as Allah gives us. Not our father or friend, or we ourselves will not give a chance to us, our own self, as much as Allah gives us the chances. See His love and His affection. He's full of love. But we need to probe. We need to find out what is the need and requirement for me becoming the abd of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because Allah is saying, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. I didn't create the jinn and the human being, but to become my abd. What does it mean? Question for you. What does abd mean? How can we become an abd? I told you yesterday we have two-way traffic, no? We have to ask you and to understand. If you understand everything, then we'll move forward. If not, we need to clarify certain things. What does abd mean? How can I become an abd? What is the sign that I am an abd of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala?
The whole is subject to
Ibadat. What is ibadat? 1, 2, 3 कोई example दें.
whole is submit to Allah.
Servant.
Serving. No, that we have to serve Islam. But what is the sign? How will you find out I am serving Islam or not?
And obeying.
Obeying. For example, say, give me 2, 3 things where we can obey Allah.
Salah.
Read namaz, number 1. Okay.
Quran.
Quran,
Zakat. Khums.
zakat and khums. Don't say khums here. Nasyasan log. Yes. Fasting, all these things. So we will become abd if we are praying, if we are fasting, if we are doing hajj, if we are paying zakat and khums, then we will be the abd of Allah. Yes? Just simple and straight question. Simple and straight. Which one of these the army of Yazid didn't used to do?
All of them.
So they were abd of Allah?
No.
Yeah, just because we hate the Yazid army, that's why we are saying no.
They did not obey.
It's a discussion, you know. We need to reach some conclusion. We need to learn something. I'm with you. If I've done a research, you know, we need to share that. Huh? They were Arabs. They were obedient to Yazid. You said that for being abd of Allah, we need to pray, we need to fast, we need to do hajj, zakat and khums.
You could have some reaction, sincerity inside you. Someone's actions. I mean,
The reason why they, when namaz, roza, whatever you're saying, is he used to do all of this, but they weren't sincere to the imams, they weren't
weren't sincere to the Imam, but they were sincere to Allah.
How could they be sincere?
They were praying to Allah. Oh, Allah gave us a chance to kill Imam Hussain. They were asking. They were doing dua. Yes. See, Gujal बढ़ गया ना, उन्हें हल करना है, तो फिर नहीं बोलोगे, असली नहीं बोलोगे. What was the reality? What was the missing link in them? The missing link was submission to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The army of Imam Hussain, although they were nearly 72 people in the army of Hussain, but they had 100% submitted to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whereas the army of Yazid have not submitted to Allah. In our mind, in our motherboard here, we have got a place and chip to submit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if we don't submit to Allah, what happens? There's a vacuum then. And vacuum, it's never there. It fills itself. Like there's a ditch and there's rainfall. What happens? The water from sides come and fill the ditch. And then what happens? Mosquitoes and flies and germs, they grow in that ditch of water. If we don't submit to Allah, that vacuum is filled by the people like Muawiyah, like Yazid, and Abu Sufyan, and Abu Jahl, and Abu Lahab. This is how the vacuum is filled. The main important thing is the submission to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why in my lectures you will see 1, 2, 3 or even 4 lectures about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The missing link. We take it for granted. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying clearly in the Holy Book of Quran, وَالَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا سَوَاءٌ عَلَيْهِمْ أَأَنذَرْتَهُمْ أَمْ لَمْ تُنذِرْهُمْ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ. Those who have negated Allah, Allah is telling the Prophet, the Messenger, وَالَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا, those who have negated Allah, سَوَاءٌ عَلَيْهِمْ أَأَنذَرْتَهُمْ أَأَنذَرْتَهُمْ أَمْ لَمْ تُنذِرْهُمْ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ. You scare them or give them the good tidings of Jannah, it will make no difference because they haven't submitted. The journey starts with submission to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but not blindfolded, not with closed eyes. A follower of Imam Ali alayhi salatu was salam, Imam Ali says that the deen which depends on the hearsay, listen from him, and collect it and make it a deen, just a small wind will come and that deen will just go away, like the deen of the Kufan peoples. And the deen which is based on logic and rationality and wisdom, the mountains can leave their place, that deen will not leave the place. Like the followers of Hazrat Amir al-Mu'mineen, Imam Hassan and the Imam Athar, and especially Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam. Please recite salawat. Another salawat for Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So this is an important thing, especially. And this Tawheed doesn't belong to anyone. It belongs to us, the followers of Ahlul Bayt. The first sermon of Nahjul Balagha. See, the first sermon of Nahjul Balagha of Imam Ali is about Tawheed of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And nobody in the world has discussed the Tawheed the way Imam Ali has discussed, that even after 1400 years, people have not been able, ulama, maraji have not been able to touch the depth of that sermon about Tawheed of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's the only personality who is saying that if all the ways are taken away between me and Allah, my yaqeen on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not increase because I am already on the point of perfection of belief on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So where should we stand? Where should we be? Where should we start from? Yes, Tawheed. The difference between the army of Hussain and the army of Yazid was submission to Allah and Tawheed. They were not believing in Imam Hussain, they were believing in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then they were believing in Muhammad Rasulullah. A person who doesn't believe in Allah, how can he believe in Rasulullah? I don't trust that. Have to know Allah. You have to submit to Allah, as I recited the ayah. And then you can believe in Rasulullah. And then you can come to Waliullah. People don't understand because their level of submission to Allah is not perfect. Salawat bar Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. And the journey of Islam doesn't start with accepting Allah. It doesn't start with believing in Allah. It starts with negating anything but Allah. इस्लाम का सफर अल्लाह को मानने से नहीं शुरू होता, गैरुल्लाह के इनकार से शुरू होता है. पहले हम क्या कहते हैं? ला इलाहा. पहले ला negation है. La ilaha. First it's negation, then we reach the point of illallah. We have to clean our hearts, our mind, our soul from anything except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It has to be erased from our minds. Only then we reach the point of illallah. In Ahl Sunnah, they believe in Hazrat Sarmad. Was there at the time of Shah Jahan, the king of India. You know, in our school of thought, if the one who is killed is Rahmatullah alayh, then the killer must be Lanatullah alayh. We can't say that the killed is also Rahmatullah and the one who kills, both of them, they are Rahmatullah. We don't accept that. Day and night are not the same. But in the history, people say Aurangzeb Alamgir as Rahmatullah. And then Shah Jahan was his father. He wanted, the Shah Jahan wanted to pass on the power to his son Dara Shikoh. When Aurangzeb came to know, he revolted against his father and put his father in jail. And when he put him in jail, you know, there was a follower of Shah Jahan called Sarmad. They, Ahl Sunnah call him Hazrat Sarmad, the one who is linked to Allah, who prays to Allah. That sort of Allah wala banda tha. And he used to praise Shah Jahan. So Aurangzeb asked his courtiers, that is Qazi, to find some way. How can I get rid of this Sarmad? He sent his spies to spy on him. And then came out with a result that when you ask Sarmad to recite kalima, he says, La ilah. There is no Lord. So this is kufr. And he has become a murtad. He has declined his deen. And murtad punishment in Islam is to be hanged and killed. Or they call the people and caught, imprisoned Hazrat Sarmad. And he said, recite kalima. He said, La ilah. He said, listen. He's saying, La ilah. Don't believe in Allah. So a Muslim, if any Muslim negates belief in Allah, he is a murtad and he is to be killed. And the people say, history says, that when he was hanged, his body was saying, Illallah. He wanted to tell the people that I am on the stage of La ilaha yet. We have to go through this stage. Why shall I believe in Allah? Blindfoldedly, without seeing Allah. The Imam says, I don't believe in Allah whom I don't see. Yes, we can see Allah, but not with these eyes. With our wisdom, with our heart and mind, and that made clean and clear. That's what we need to do. This is the starting point. Belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Which Allah? Is there a creator or there is no creator? Yesterday we were discussing the same question. For our students who are going to colleges and universities and studying a lot of Darwin. You know that big beard person look like a Muslim even. You know? You see his picture. Where do you see his picture mostly? Anybody can tell me where do we see Darwin's picture? Museum, yes. Whereas there's a very particular thing. Everybody have seen that picture. We don't know he's Darwin. £10 note. You see the picture on? £10 note. Everybody has got Darwin in his pocket. And what does he say? That if human being came into existence through evolution. Cell, insect, animal, chimpanzee, and then human being. This is me, you, and everyone. Yesterday we discussed that. The first important question that needs to be clear in our mind, is there a creator or there's no creator? Just 2 points today, and then we'll move forward, inshallah. We all know that the second important thing in our life after electricity, which we discussed yesterday, is fuel. Petrol, diesel, oil, everything. Where does it come from? Come from Saudi Arabia. From our crude oil. The crude oil prices rise, and here the prices rise. And the crude oil prices goes down, these prices go further up. You know, this is capitalism. Oil refineries are made to purify that fuel, that oil. Oil is something black, like, you know, the oil that we get out from our car, sometimes it's very dirty. Even that oil is better than the crude oil. It's dark black and very much, you know, gada hota hai, thick. What do? They take it to the oil refinery. And then in oil refinery, it has got different stages. Here, the topmost fuel that's separated is a fuel for aeroplanes. Then the second one, the petrol, the high octane, the 4-star, the red one, the high price one. Then the unleaded. And then diesel. Then the kerosene oil. Then after that we get the lubricants, mobile oil, different things, greases, and all these things. And the last thing that's left is a black bitumen. Where do we use that? Yeah, Tarpa, we call it a bitumen, it's called. We put it on the roads to make roads. That's the last thing. All these stages are different stages, you know, first, second, third. If I tell you that a refinery, you know who made it? I said it came into existence on its own. Will you trust me? I'm your Moulana, you have to trust me. You know, but no, it's illogical to trust you that a refinery came into existence on its own. What about our refinery? You know, our crude food goes into our mouth, we chew it, comes to our stomach, the intestines do exactly what the oil refinery is doing. They separate proteins, they separate fats, other energy, vitamins, separated according to the need and requirement. Everything is separated according to the need and requirements of our body except fats. Fats, you know, body pulls it, likes it, butter, cheese, and tikka kebab and all these things. Too much, you know, and then you see that bulk of fat on our body. Otherwise, everything calculated is absorbed by our body. So, an oil refinery can't come into existence on its own. How can this digestive system be created without a creator? We all, like you are watching the pictures here on the TV, where does it come from? From a camera. Camera has got lens on it. We have got black and white cameras, we have got colored cameras, we have got mode in it, we can change it with that. This camera doesn't give you distance. And it has got only one lens. Allah has blessed us with two lenses. Two lenses, and they make one picture. Sometimes the eyesight of one eye is weak, the other one is perfect. But the picture we get is perfect even then. And the colors, I see red, you see red. Everyone sees that red. My red is not different than your red. My green, pink, yellow, orange, every color that I see, you see it the same way. Then, this camera that we have got, we need to focus it. This one is autofocus. This camera tells us the exact size of the object also. That camera doesn't. This camera tells me the exact distance between me and you, and every one of us can judge the distance of the object from our eyes. This camera was made by someone from a company, you know. by Sony, by Canon, or by JVC or whatsoever. And these eyes, they came into existence on their own. How can we believe that? There must be someone who created these. And the last one, you take pebbles in your hand, about 20, 30, 40, 50, and throw them. They will never form a definite shape. You see the stars, you see the solar system. Take a stone, tie it to a cord, and turn it. It will start moving in a circular path. When does it move? When the two forces are equal. The physics tell us the centripetal and the centrifugal forces, when they are equal. One force is acting, throwing the stone out, the other one is pulling in. But we need a cord to balance those two forces. Am I right? Is everyone with me or sleeping? Salawat bar Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Narae takbir. Narae takbir. Narae risalat. Narae risalat. Narae hadari. Narae hadari. Bulandri salawat.
When these two forces are balanced, we need a cord to balance those forces and turn that stone. What about the earth? What about the moon moving around the earth? There's no cord. The centripetal and the centrifugal forces are balanced in such a delicate manner that we can calculate the time of sunset and sunrise thousands of years back and thousands of years forward. And this balance came into existence on its own. The moon balanced with the earth balanced with sun, and the Mars and the Venus and all these planets, everything is balanced around the sun. The size of the sun. If the size of the sun doubles, what will happen? The attractive force of the sun will increase. So all these planets might collapse. If the movement of the earth around the sun increases, the speed increases, it might get out of the orbit. All these are balanced. So all these are balanced without someone balancing them? Or there is someone who is needed to balance these? These are the beliefs, these are the questions which point that there is a creator in the universe. Salawat bar Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Now, a very precise question which is asked usually. Now, how do we say that there is only one God? There is only one creator. And very simple answer. It's a big question, How can we say, okay, we believe there is some creator, but there might be different creators. Like the Hindus believe that there are different creators for sun, for rain, and this and that. Snake is a Lord, and everyone is Lord. Everything we are scared of, frightened or big or huge, we can't control or out of our control, we say it's our God. Yes. Why only Allah? Just a simple answer in one sentence. Only one being has approached mankind claiming to be the creator. Nobody except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has contacted the mankind telling that I am your creator. Only Allah has told us. So what do we need to do? What does all these things, that belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this belief of Allah, the creator, who has created this universe, how huge is the universe? How big is the universe? How big is the universe? See, we are starting in this room, in this hall. It's a part of Woking. Then Woking is a part of United Kingdom. United Kingdom is part of Europe. Europe is a part of Earth. Earth, one portion is dry land, 3 portions are sea, water. Then small planet, Earth, big star, sun, around which Earth is moving. Then our solar system, leave that solar system, thousands and millions of solar systems combined together to form our Milky Way, then there are millions of galaxies to form the universe, and the number of universe nobody has counted. You know, in Pakistan, you have been to Pakistan? Yes? Gudiyan udayi hai wahan pe? Kite flying. They make a special thread for that. You know, manja banate hai na? They call it manja. They put glue. They put crushed glasses into it and color into it. And then they put it on the cloth, and then they put the thread, pass the thread through it, and they have to pass through it, just pass so that the color goes onto the thread, and the thread becomes very hard. And when they are flying kites, they cross their threads, and whosoever's kite is gone, they say Bokata. Yes? Gudiyan udate hain, unko pata hai. That's the easiest thing to do and create, you know. Like you just pass thread and you pass through it. A person who can walk for 10 miles, can he create more than 10 miles of that thread? Easiest thing. The creation must be in the range of the Creator. This universe is not an infinite thing. But according to our capacity of mind, according to our mental capacity, it is outside the range of human thinking. So we can say that according to our mental capacity, it is infinite. Or we can say it's infinite according to our capacity, but it is not a real infinite, because definite bodies cannot join together to make something which is infinite. So what is the conclusion from here, mathematically? That the creator of this definite, but according to our mental capacity, which is infinite universe, a real infinite being is needed and required to create this. And that infinite being is called Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Salawat bar Muhammad wa alihi. He created us. Now come from that infinite being. He created millions of galaxies. In that galaxy is only one galaxy which we belong to. In that galaxy only one solar system, which is the sun, is the center of which. And around these planets only one planet, Earth. And on Earth, the human being. And this human being has been created as the best of the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ashraful makhluqat. Allah says to every creation don't have an option. They're forced to be obedient to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah asked us, the human being, the son of Adam, that, oh human being, you become obedient to me out of your own free will. You submit to me out of your own free will. And this submission of you out of your own free will make you the best of my creation, or ashraful makhluqat. Salawat bar Muhammad wa alihi. This is the main point. You know, why did Allah compel us? Why did Allah compel everyone to believe in Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam? Because if they would have been compelled, then the submission to Allah would not have been out of their own free will. So then they don't come and deserve the point to where which are meant for those who believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the point of submission that we need to come to. Submission out of our own free will, with logic, with understanding, with a belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is what is needed and required. This is what we need to do. And with this we need to change our life. These are the teachings of 124,000 messengers, prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These are the teachings of 12 imams. All these imams, all these prophets have been sent to us. Allah respects us a lot. We don't respect ourselves. Just a small example. Somebody comes here and says, Moulana, I forgot my way. I want to go to the town center. What we'll do? We'll tell him, guy, someone will go from center, or you go there out, turn right, turn left, turn left, go straight, left, right, left, you will reach the point. But if a guy is someone very respectable, we might send someone from the organization, okay, you go with him, take him to the place. If he's more respectable, for example, he is a marja, or he's someone close to Allah, maybe I will go with him myself. So the guidance depends on the level of respect that we have got for that person. See how much respect Allah has got for us. He sent the best of His creation, Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, to guide us. He sent best of His creations to guide us. So what is our duty? Yeah, we sit down like God, oh, we are too high on the level that Muhammad and Ali Muhammad came down to me. No, don't worry. This life is easy. After this life, when we come to the point of answering the questions, Allah is keeping quiet because He is not in a hurry. A person is in a hurry who's scared of losing a chance. Allah will never lose a chance. We are born, we grow up, keep on moving, youth, young age. Then when the gray hair come into our head, which, I had flu, too much flu in my life, so bal chitte ho gaye, main buddha nahi hoya aane. Then they start increasing the number, something is wrong with me, And when they increase too much, then we start buying colors and putting them, hiding them. I don't want to tell myself that I am grown up, but in reality we are growing. We are like here, moving in a circle. From here we entered and here we exit. This circle might be a small one, depending on 1 year, 2 year, 10 year, 20 years, 70 years, 80 years. Might be bigger. But end of the day, inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un. To Him we belong and to Him we will return. This is our life. So what is this? What does it make? From here to here. It is a circle. In maths, what we call it? In maths, the circle, what is it called in maths? Yeah, what is this? What is this? 1. So what is this?
0.
This is called 0. Dr. Ali Shariti has said a very good phenomenon. He said, our life is like a 0. 0 is a very important digit, but a million zeros doesn't make a difference. A billion, a trillion, trillions of zeros. Keep on writing down zeros. Does it make a difference? Does it have a value? No, it don't have a value. A 0 don't have a value, but you put it with 1, attached with 1, the creator, it becomes equal to 10. 2 zeros attached to 1 will make them 100. Our value is when we submit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Salawat bar Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Once we submit to Allah, then we are of a value to be accepted by Muhammad wa ali Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. They don't accept anyone who has not been accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No doubt their teachings bring us to the point of submission to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But those who have submitted have got the value to reach the door of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wasalam. You can't reach the door of Ahlul Bayt without izn. Those who have gone for ziyarat, you see, there is izn al-dukhul, the permission to enter. And they have said that you ask this permission and you are allowed. That's why people enter. Nobody can enter those doors without permission. So we need to be on the level of Tawheed. Only then we can stand in Karbala. Only then we can be with Imam Hussain. Only then we can be with Misam Tamar, Abu Zar, Salman Farsi, and all those people. We have to come to this conclusion. And the last thing that I would say, a very important thing, is submission to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Those who are tired, please recite the salawat. All our time. So what we'll do, we'll leave this topic for tomorrow then. Submission is the starting point of Islam. Submission is an important step forward moving towards Allah. The journey of Islam starts with submission. What is submission? How do we submit? What is the result of submission? And what if we don't submit? what will happen, inshallah, we'll discuss that tomorrow. And now is the time for us to move towards the Urdu section of our lecture. Please recite the salawat for Muhammad. And before we go on to Urdu, I would like to make 2 suggestions. The first suggestion is that the kids that come here, I have got a class of kids that I do just to break my own takabbur. You know, sometimes my inner Musharaf Hussani starts telling me that you are a great Moulana. A lot of people listen to you on the TV. A lot of people are coming for your majalis. So I have to break that takabbur in myself also. I need to do. So some people, they approached me and said, Moulana, we want that you should teach our kids. So I have got that class in Hounslow. They gathered together, and the small kids from about 6-7 years to 13 years. And there were 2 classes, one of the older class, 11 to 13, the other one is from 6-7 to 11. But the 11 to 13 are the naughty kids. You know, I love naughty kids. I have got the record of being the naughtiest in my family. So I don't care. For the naughtiest kids, I know how to handle them, how to tune them and bring them. I have to give them psychological treatment that they are tamed. If anybody wants that, they can contact me later on after Majalis, inshallah. If you've got a naughty kid, I can do that. Leave it with me for about 2-3 hours. He'll be fine, inshallah. Allah will bless you. But 2 things I would like. Number 1, the kids which are coming, I would request, what I would expect from the kids, that every day you should bring at least 1 hadith of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam, at least 1 hadith. Do a research on the computer, bring out, because my class kids, they do bring 1 hadith every Sunday. They bring 1 hadith and they try to explain. They don't explain it. They try to explain that hadith. So we have got about 12, 13 kids there. 13 ahadith of my Athar I listen to from them every weekend. So what we'll do from tomorrow, all of you, you can't make a speech, don't worry about it. Just write down a hadith in Roman English, in English, or in any with this translation, what does it mean? And come down here and read that hadith, have a salam. Easy thing. Who among the small mu'mineen, I love them really. They are original. Who will bring hadith tomorrow from this young kids?
Hands up.
Yes. Who can bring? Yes, 1, 2. Yes, you will bring. MashaAllah, 3. Yes, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, at least 15 ahadith tomorrow. Allah bless you all with the ziyarat of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam.